thank you for joining us on ERi-TV English news broadcast. We are now ready for domestic and international report for September 15th, 2025. And we invite you to stay with us up until the end. To begin with, I present you the major headlines. Annual Festival of Abuna Ambas conducted in Senafe subzone. Seminar for youth conducted in Ghinda subzone. China warns the Philippines against provocations in South China Sea. And dozens of hostages rescued in Nigeria. To begin with the southern region, the annual Abuna Ambas festival conducted in the Senafe subzone was reported to have significant contributions in portraying the cultural diversity of the Eritrean people, as well as in the development of domestic tourism, if carried out in a coordinated manner. The annual festival, held every year on September 13th in Simejana Senafe subzone, attracts wide participation from the surrounding public and from across the country. Mr. Idris Ali Khair, administrator of the subzone, said that beyond preserving cultural heritage, the Abuna Ambas festivity has an important role in the development of the tourism sector. He added that strong efforts are being made to accommodate visitors from around the country who come to take part in the celebrations. He also commended the contributions of the residents of the village, who played a significant role in making the festival colorful and successful. Abuna Ambas is located 12 kilometers south of Senafe town and is bordered by Imba Soira to the east, Imba Saim to the west and Imba Metera to the northwest. Moving on to the northern Red Sea region, the National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students branch in Ghinda subzone conducted a seminar for youth on September 13th under the theme Youth and Timely Responsibility. The objective of the seminar was to enable youth to fully understand the prevailing situation in their country and region, strengthen their organizational capacity, shoulder their timely responsibilities, and play an active role in national affairs. Mr. Salahuddin Ali, head of the union branch in the subzone, urged the participants to enhance their organizational capacity and turn challenges into opportunities. Mr. Dejan Gabru, secretary of the PFDJ in the subzone, stressed that youth, as an integral part of society, have a vital role in the nation-building process. He called on them to organize properly and shoulder their responsibilities. This brings our domestic news to an end, dear viewers. We now will take a short break and be back with the international news. Stay tuned. Welcome back. China's military has warned the Philippines against any provocations in the South China Sea as the country continues to launch patrols and advance plans to solidify its control of the area. The Chinese military issued a statement directed at the Philippines that referenced joint drills with the United States and Japan and the major waterway carrying more than $3 trillion of annual commerce. According to the statement, China warned the Philippine side to immediately stop provoking incidents and escalating tensions in the South China Sea, as well as bringing in external forces for backing such efforts that are destined to be futile. Philippine maritime and military authorities have not yet commented. The warning comes after the U.S. Asia Pacific Command said in a statement that Japan, the Philippines and the U.S. conducted joint maritime exercises in the Philippine Exclusive Economic Zone from Thursday to Saturday to strengthen regional cooperation and support a free and open Asia Pacific region. In another news, the Nigerian army has reported a string of operational successes across several regions of the country, including the neutralization of a terrorist, the rescue of 30 kidnapped victims, and the arrest of multiple suspects, part of a nationwide campaign aimed at dismantling criminal networks and restoring security. Cumulatively, within the period, Nigerian troops neutralized 1 terrorist, arrested 6 suspects, rescued kidnapped victims, and recovered assorted weapons, ammunition, cash, petroleum products, and other logistics. The troops also dismantled an illegal oil site in Bayelsa and intercepted contraband in the states of Rivers and Adamawa. Nigeria has long been plagued by kidnappings conducted by criminal gangs and terrorist groups operating across the West African nation. The groups often hold victims for extended periods, demanding ransom payments for their release. The issue drew global attention in 2014 when Boko Haram militants abducted hundreds of schoolgirls from Chibok village in Borno State. Last month, at least 45 women and children were abducted when armed men raided 5 villages overnight in Zamfara State. Days before, gunmen and on motorbikes killed 11 people and seized 70 others in Sabongarian Demari, in what local media described as the largest kidnapping this year. The National Security Advisor stated that Nigerian troops had neutralized 13,543 terrorists since May. And now back to China. China's total goods imports and exports increased 3.5% year-on-year in August, marking the 3rd consecutive month that both exports and imports achieved simultaneous growth, a spokesman of the National Bureau of Statistics said today. Speaking at the press conference in Beijing, the spokesman said in August the total value of imports and exports of goods increased by 3.5% from the previous year. Specifically, the total value of exports showed an increase of 4.8% and the total value of imports climbed by 1.7%. Notably, in the first 8 months, the imports and exports of general trade went by 2.2%, accounting for 63.9% of the total value of imports and exports. The spokesperson further pointed out that the imports and exports with the Belt and Road partner countries grew by 5.4% and the imports and exports by private enterprises went up by 7.4%, accounting for 57.1% of the total value of imports and exports, 2.1 percentage points higher than of the same period last year. Against the backdrop of sluggish global economic growth and uncertainties in international trade, China's goods trade continues to demonstrate resilience. The rapid growth in exports of mechanical and electrical products resulted in a 9.2% year-on-year increase in exports from January to August. At the end of August, China's foreign exchange reserves rose by $29.9 billion from the previous month, showing a steady and upward trend of the whole. With this, we conclude our domestic and international report for this session. Dear viewers, let's take a quick look at the major headlines. Annual Festival of Abuna Ambas conducted in Senafe subzone. Seminar for youth conducted in Ghinda subzone. In our international report, China warns the Philippines against provocations in South China Sea. And dozens of hostages rescued in Nigeria. This was the World on Monday with ERi-TV English News Broadcast. Dear viewers, we thank you for joining and have a good night.